Hello friends, this is Leneha Junsu. Welcome to my channel that is all about enhancing what you have. Today we are going to talk about ghost stories. Now I have not been filming it for over a year now, but today I thought that it's going to be a great day to shoot it. I don't know why. So yeah, before we start, let me just show you something. These are my earrings that I bought after watching Red Velvet's Psycho, I guess. Yeah, I bought that after that. Yeah. Also, these are my rings that I'm wearing. Can you guess the brands? Okay, that's my red coral ring. See? And this is T wire bracelet, and this is as well. And this is what I wear normally. So yeah, let's start. So I have changed my phone, so I have lost the names of people who sent me these, but these are the stories that were sent to me in Urdu, and my friend Taiba translated it for me. So let's read those. So this story was sent by someone, I forgot the name, I'm sorry, I changed my font, sorry. So that's how the story goes. I was very young and the building was getting constructed. My friends had moved out that very day. It was a super old building and already had that weird haunting quality. Anyways, my friend's mom remembered she left some important piece of paper on one of the abundant pieces of furniture and told us to get it. It was something she was supposed to pick up while moving out the last of her things. When we went to get it, we saw something in the living room. It was the shadow of a person smoking and rocking in a chair. We turned back and there was no one. We ran out. So my brother is just in the next room and I'm trying not to cause a scene, but I'm shaking right now. I'm not a superstitious person, nor I'm a person who is easily creeped out or assume things are otherworldly when there exist logical explanations. It was summer break at university. The dorms next to ours had just finished construction, or were in the end processes of it. I don't quite remember. When we moved into our room, it had a weird feeling. For once, I would always feel a presence watching me. Not one for believing in these things, I ignored it until my roommate also expressed some discomfort. My roommate was sitting at a desk which had a kind of a shelf over it, and her friend was doing her hair. She used to put her toiletries on one of the shelf. Now normally if something were to fall down, it would fall down vertically. When it happened, it was her toothbrush fell in a projectile way and hit our friend in the middle of the forehead. Of course it was super freaky and she never came to our room again. So this is another story. 7 years ago in our lane outside, there used to be lots of darkness and shadows. All the neighborhood kids used to play outside, so one day we saw this lady who was very tall, had tangled black hair and was wearing old tattered clothes. She had a very weird face and she was bouncing a newborn baby, covered in white sheet with her feet. We got scared, so we all went in one house, but nobody believed us, and we never saw something like that again. Quite a few years ago, there was something in our lane because at night, between 2 to 3 a.m., dogs used to bark, and that too in a very weird way. Plus, our neighbor's house had been closed for quite a while. My brother is in another room. Next story. Almost 16 to 18 years ago, our uncle bought a new house and invited a lot of people. It was around 3 when traveling started. We kept going so far when everyone said to stop here. So we stopped near a river at around 7 to 8 p.m. They ate fruits and stuff and got back to the car and started traveling again. After 1 hour, near an isolated place, the car broke down. Everyone got out when suddenly from front a car came and the guy asked, "What are you doing? Get out of this place. It's not a good place," and drove away. So there were around 2 men, 2 boys, the uncle and driver. Suddenly something happened to the driver. And he started running towards the river. Everyone started screaming, and the guys ran after him to stop him and finally caught him and brought him to the car. Everyone was scared. One auntie started reciting Yasin Surat. Then when they tried to start the car, it started. As long as she kept reciting Yasin, the car would drive. When she stopped, the car would stop. This happened quite a while until the car completely stopped. Suddenly, a big car came behind and stopped. He asked what was wrong and told everyone to get in the car and tied their car to his own and started driving. Suddenly, someone felt nauseous. They stood up. The car had no roof. It was those open truck type. So when they stood, she started looking around and saw someone behind running after them. She started screaming and sat down. She told everyone what she saw and they got scared. Anyone would. Finally, they got to the house at around 3 at night. Everyone at home was sleeping. They got out of the car and the guy left. They kept knocking on the door. Suddenly, they saw out of this very old and big tree some weird things came out at 3 a.m. We couldn't see the guy or the girl, but I think it was a girl that was wearing a burqa. They kept coming closer and their height kept increasing. The people started knocking harshly and praying until those people or the thing passed by them and suddenly vanished. Someone came to the door and opened it. The ladies went home and the guys dropped the driver home. Later on, they told they had to pass a graveyard on the way to the driver's house, and they said that they saw similar things over there too. So this is going to be the last story for today. It's by Munib. Okay, so this is by Munib. So once I finished a project that was ongoing for 7 days, and I made some friends from that group, and sometimes I would also drop off my colleagues. This was in Dubai. So once we randomly planned to go out on a long drive and have dinner. So I suggested that I would drive us and to go to another state that has Jabal Jais mountain in UAE having the highest peak. So during this conversation, one girl mentioned we should go to this one ghost town, Jazeera Al Hamra first, then we can go to that mountain. So I asked if they were sure because I have heard a lot of stories but others hadn't, and we were only 2 guys, rest all were girls. But they all insisted we should go only to see from outside, so we went. It was Maghrib time when we reached. I really wanted to go inside once I reached. I felt very excited to go. I forgot to read anything. We saw one school and the road was bad, so we parked the car and got out. While everyone was telling each other to go, it became dark. One friend saw a man, but when I looked there was no one. But she said she was sure it was a man. Maybe people do live here, but I told her that since many years, no one has come or stayed here. When suddenly there was noise in the school, and like a movie, strong wind started blowing, and the noise was like the chattering of a loud crowd, and then suddenly it was quiet. I told everyone to go before our car dies out and we get stuck here. We all recited some ayats and sat in the car. On the way back, I saw the same guy my friend mentioned earlier but didn't tell anyone. A sound came out of it. That place was haunted according to a lot of people. Now police have sealed that place with iron fences. When I was leaving that place, it felt like a lot of people were watching us. When I was leaving, I did something you may all laugh at. I stopped the car and said, "I apologize. We will not come again. We don't want to bother you. Let us go. We didn't know you guys lived here," and recited Ayatul Kursi and left. Everything was okay after that. I kept dreaming about that place for some time. I still can't forget this story from 2014. There was even a movie made on that place called Jinn, Djinn. Okay, so that was all about this part. I'm kind of freaking out right now because I've started filming after such a long time on ghost stories. I hope that you guys will love this part, and I will see you guys next time. If you guys want to submit your stories, you know, you can always DM me on Instagram or wherever you like. See you guys later. Bye.